mean, they lined up and looked at us like, okay.
Isn't that funny? I mean, because it's a ram's horn.
Right.
And we never would have heard it.
Right.
But somehow it's...
Exactly.
That's a funny story.
Exactly. I was telling her about we used to blow the shofar when I had a congregation in Mexico. We were of the mindset that church rings its bells, so we're going to blow our shofar before service, you know. And I was telling her I was at a prayer center in upstate New York, and they had a farm on the grounds. And I was telling the animals respond to the shofar. And we blew the shofar in the morning, and the sheep looked up and didn't move. But they did look up, but the goats stood up and lined up and looked at us. As if to say, okay, what's next? I mean, they literally, it wasn't like...
That's funny.
It wasn't like the farmer said, come. It was the shofar, and they literally like soldiers.
Wow.
It was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, nice story. Good one to start with. Actually, I was with a group of people, a little chavurah that we're part of.
Right.
And we were doing outside service. And when we started singing, there were birds that started chirping with us.
Well,
I'm serious. And when we stopped, they stopped. It was so cool. So, Matovu, how good it is that all these good things happen. Yes?
At the picnic at the Saltings this year, we had frogs at the pond. And when we started singing, I mean, they were croaking almost the whole time.
Yeah.
But when we started singing,
They really, okay.
it really was, everyone sort of laughed.
Wow.
It definitely picked up. They liked that.
Okay. Well, that's one thing to be said for outdoor services. Maybe we should open the windows. But let's begin. Page 61. Well, you know, there's a prayer later on where we talk about the angels singing and we're singing down here. You know, I mean, that's like, you don't know how singing was sort of, how far it goes and whatever it does. All right. Matovu ohalecha Yaakov mishkenotecha Yisrael. Matovu ohalecha Yaakov mishkenotecha Yisrael. Va'ani tefilati v'charonai et ratzon Elohim berov chastecha Amrini be'emet yishecha. And the second word of the prayer that we started with today is the word for the day. So we're already at the Hebrew word for the day. Tovu, which is plural for tov, which means good. Very good. Tov ma'od. Okay.
How good are all of the tents?
Yes, exactly. And Boker Tov. There we go. All right. Page 63. Second paragraph. Elohai neshama shenatata b'tehorahi. Elohai neshama shenatata b'tehorahi. Elohai neshama shenatata כל זמן שהנשמה בקרבי מודני לפניך אדוני אלוהי ואלוהי אבותיי ריבון כל המעשים אדון כל הנשמות ברוך אתה אדוני המחזיר נשמות לבקרים מתים. Page 65. Think of any little thing or big thing that you feel blessed by this morning, and we add these to the blessings here. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lasechi bina lavchin ben yom uben laila. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani b'tzalmo. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani ben chorim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam pokeach ibrim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam malbish arumim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam matir asurim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam zokef kefufim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam roka haaretz al hamayim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa li kol tzorki. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamechin mitzadei gaber. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam ozer Yisrael b'gvura. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam oter Yisrael b'tif'ara. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hanoten layaref koach. And on the English side, 6 lines up from the bottom of the page. Let's read together. Strengthen our desire to do good deeds. Teach us humility that we may serve you. May we find grace, love, and compassion in your sight and in the sight of all who look upon us, this day and every day. Grant us a full measure of loving kindness. Praised are you, Adonai, who bestows loving kindness upon God's people Israel. And if we look on the Hebrew side, counting up from the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we go to the next to the last word, ha-tov. Yes, there it is, the word for the day. And the phrase is, v'dabkenu b'yetzer hatov. And cause us to cling to the good impulse. We're told we have a good impulse and a bad impulse, so we remind ourselves and we ask God for help to let us cleave and cling to that good impulse. And not only in the good impulse, but then good action. Uvema'asim tovim, and good deeds. So we not only have a good impulse, but we ask for strength to be able to put that impulse into action in good ways. Okay? So there's our word. We've got it 3 times in the first 2 pages. Woo! Page 83. Baruch Oseh Bereshit, Baruch Omer Ve'oseh, Baruch Gozer Umekayim, Baruch Mirachem Al Haaretz, Baruch Mirachem Al Habriot, Baruch Mishalem Sachar Tov V'Re'av, Baruch Chai V'Kayam Lanetzach, Baruch Podeh Umatzil, Baruch Shemo. Yachid Chei Ha'olamim Melech Meshubach Umefoar Adei Ad Shemo HaGadol Baruch Atah Adonai Melech Mehulal Atishbachot. Let's go to Yismechu Hashamayim, page 85. 9 lines down, and then 11 lines down. Yismechu Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, V'tagel haaretz, Yehiram Hayam, Yehiram Hayam, Yehiram Hayam, Umelo, Yehiram Hayam, Yehiram Hayam, Yehiram Hayam, Umelo, Yismechu Hashamayim, Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, V'tagel haaretz. And in case we forgot the word for the day, on the page where I'm right now, page 85, the beginning of the second paragraph, look what it says. Hodu Hashem ki tov. Tov mode, very good. So there seems to be a little theme here in the beginning of the service. Seems to be focusing on doing good, doesn't it? And being good. All right, let's go to page 87. In the middle of the page where we get to single lines instead of couplets. Torah Adonai Tamima, Torah Adonai Tamima, Torah Adonai Tamima, Meshivana Hafesh, Edut Adonai Nemana, Machkimat Peti, Pikudei Adonai Sharim, Pikudei Adonai Sharim, Pikudei Adonai Sharim, Mesamchelei, Mitzvat Adonai, Neirat Einayim, Yirat Adonai Tamima Torah, Yirat Adonai Tehorah, Yirat Adonai Tehorah, Omedet La'ad, Mishpetei Adonai, Emet Tzadku. Okay, let's go to page 88. Right in the middle of the page, Mihaish, counting up from the bottom, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 lines up from the bottom, page 88. And just before we start to sing the song about who is the person who yearns for life, who loves life, and wants to see, what's the last word on the line?
Good. And Tov.
Tov. That's our word for the day. Tov is the word for the day, which means good. As in Tov Ma'od, as in Boker Tov, as in Yom Tov. Okay? So who is the person who yearns for life, loving life, and wanting to see goodness? What should that person do? Keep their tongue from evil, their lips from speaking badly about other people. Sur Meirah, turn away from wickedness, and Va'aseh Tov. See that again? There's our word for the day twice in these mere 3 lines. So it's not only enough just to be, I don't do any wrong. I mean, that's good not to do wrong, but that's not good enough. We also need to do positive good. Va'aseh Tov, Bakesh Shalom, V'rodfehu. So, a good lesson. Tov, sorry. Mi ha'ish echafetz chayim ohev yamim lirot tov nitzor l'shon chameira usvatecha nidaber mirma sur meirav aseh tov bakei shalom verodfehu. Back to the beginning. Mi ha'ish echafetz chayim ohev yamim lirot tov. Page 94. A song for Shabbat. And after we see the headline of it, which says it's a song for Shabbat, what's the very first word? Tov. Shabbat is good. It's good to praise God. It's good to sing to God's name. It's good to be in a positive place, and that's what Shabbat is about. So, let's sing it. Let's sing the melody we learned last time. I'll do it slowly so we can sort of catch up. Tov l'hodot l'Adonai. Repeats. A little higher. Tov l'hodot l'Adonai. Ulezamer l'shimcha elyon. Back to the beginning. Tov l'hodot l'Adonai. Let's try the whole thing again. Tov להגיד בבוקר חסדך, להגיד בבוקר חסדך, באמונתך בלילות, באמונתך בלילות, טוב להודות לאדוני. And 6 lines from the bottom of the page, same page 94. Tzadikat amar yifrach ke'erez bavanon yizkeh shetulim bebeit Adonai bechatzrot Eloheinu yafrichu od yenuvun b'seba deshenim berananim Yashar Adonai Zuri Velo Avatabo. Page 100. In the middle. Hallelujah, 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 Bekadsho, hallelujah, hallelujah, Bekia Uzo. Hallelujah, 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 Guroktav, hallelujah, hallelujah, Kirov, hallelujah, 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 B'tei Kashofar, hallelujah, hallelujah, B'nei Bechinor, hallelujah, 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 B'tov Umachol, hallelujah, hallelujah, B'minim Be'utav, hallelujah, 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 B'tziltzilei Shama, hallelujah, hallelujah, B'tziltzilei Truah, Kol Hanshama Hallelujah, 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 Kol Hanshama Hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Page 104. Nishmat kol chai tevarech et shimcha Adonai Eloheinu. You stir the sleeping, give voice to the speechless, free the fettered, support the falling, and raise those bowed down. You alone do we acknowledge. Let's read the last paragraph together. From Egypt you redeemed us, from the house of bondage you delivered us, in famine you nourished us, in prosperity you sustained us. You rescued us from the sword, protected us from pestilence, and saved us from severe and lingering disease. To this day your compassion has sustained us. Your kindness has not forsaken us. Never abandon us, Adonai, our God. Page 105, in the middle of the page. Shochein ad marom v'kadosh shemo. B'fisharim titalal, u'divrei tzadikim titbarach, u'vilshon chasidim titromam, u'bekerev kedoshim titchadash, uv'makalot ribebot, amecha beit Yisrael. Shekein chovat kol hayetzurim lefanecha Adonai Eloheinu v'Elokei Avoteinu lehodot lehalel leshabeach lefa'er leromem lehadel levarech le'ukales al kol divrei shirot v'tishbechot David ben Yishai Avdecha Meshichecha Yishtabach Shimcha La'ad Malkeinu. Berachot behodahot me'ata ve'ad olam, Baruch atah Adonai el melech gadol batishbachot, el hodahot Adon haniflaot, habocher b'shirei zimra, melech elchei ha'olamim. Continue on page 108, noting that the fifth line starts with the word tovim, which is the plural of tov. And tov is our word for today. So, boker tov. Page 108. El Adon al kol hama'asim baruch u'mevarach b'fi kol neshama gadlo b'tuvo malei olam da'at u'tvuna asov v'imotov hamika el chayot hakodesh v'nedar b'chavod al ha'merkava zechut u'mishor lifnei chisor Chesed berachamim lifnei chodo tovim שברה אלוהינו יצרם בדעת בבינה ובשכל כוח וגבורה נתן בהם להיות מושלים בקרב תבל מלאים זיו ודביקים נוגה נעזיבם בכל העולם שמחים בצאתם בששים בבואם עושים בהם הרצון קונם פאר וכבוד נותנים לשמו צרה ורינה לזכר מלכותו קרא לשמש ויזרח אורה והקים צורת הלבנה שבח נותנים לו כל צבא מרום תפארת וגדולה שרפים ואופנים וחיות הקודש ילאי לי האל אשר שבת מכל המעשים. Page 109, let's read the first paragraph together. To God, who completed the work of creation on the seventh day and ascended God's glorious throne, God robed the day of rest and beauty, calling Shabbat a delight. God ceased all God's labors on Shabbat. That is its distinction. The seventh day itself hymns praise to God, a song for Shabbat. It is good to acclaim Adonai. And of course we know it is good to acclaim Adonai has to be Tov lehodot l'Adonai. Tibarach Moshino Shevach Masei Yadech al Meorei Or Shasita Yifarucha Selah. I want to go back to page 108 for just a minute. The second line, there was another form of Tov that I forgot to mention to you. Did anyone see it?
Goodness. The word goodness?
Yes. And in Hebrew it's the second word, Gadlo Vituvo. Vituvo. And his goodness. So it's saying, and we're talking about God, God's greatness and goodness fill the world. God is not just this powerful thing, it's a power for good, for morality, for helping people be better people. So it's not only about might, it's also about goodness. God loved the two. So there's little bits of theology as we're studying the word Tov and its forms. Page 110. Tiparach Tzurenu Malkeinu V'Goaleinu Borei Kedoshim. 3.5 lines from the top. Kulam Ahuvim, Kulam Berurim, Kulam Giborim, V'Kulam Osim Be'ema Uvira Retzon Konam. וכולם פותחים את פיהם בקדושה ובטהרה, בשירה וזמרה, ומברכים ומשבחים, ומפארים ומעריצים, ומקדישים, וממליכים את שם האל המלך, הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, קדוש הוא. וכולם מקבלים עליהם עול מלכות שמיים זה מזה ונותנים רשות זה לזה להקדיש ליוצרם בנחת רוח בשפה ברורה ובנימה קדושה כולם כחרונים ואומרים ביראה קדוש 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 אדוני צבאות כבודו ואופנים מחיות הקודש ברעש גדול מנסים ומצרפים לעומתם משבחים ואומרים ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומות. We're on page 110, the last paragraph. Le'el baruch ne'imot yitenu Lamelech el chai v'kayam Zmirot yomeru v'tishpachot yashmiu Ki hu levado po'el gevurot oseh chadashot Ba'al milchamot zoreat tzedakot Matzmiach yeshuot Borei refuot Norah tehilot Adonai nifraot Hamechadesh betuvo Bechol yom tamid Maaseh bereshit Ka'amur le'osei orim dolim Ki le'olam chasto Orcha hadash al Zion ta'ir V'nizkeh kulanu mehera le'oro Baruch atah Adonai Yotzer HaMe'orot. And we just sang one of the forms of our word for the day. Anyone want to say what the word for the day is? Tov, which means? Good. So on page 110, counting up 5 lines from the bottom, it says, Hamechadesh bituvo. So God who renews in God's goodness. Bituvo is in God's goodness. Bechol yom tamid. Every day, regularly, Maaseh Bereshit, the deeds of creation. That's one of my favorite lines of the whole Siddur. Of course, I have a lot of favorite lines of the whole Siddur, but this is one of my favorite lines of the whole Siddur. Because every day is a renewal of creation. Every day is a gift of creation, of God's creation to us. It's a beautiful way to start the day, isn't it? Having that intention rather than let's just stay having that intention. Okay, page 111 at the top of the page. As we get ready for the Shema, the intention is thinking about goodness and love. Ahava Rabba Ahavtanu 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 Ya la 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 Ya la 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 Ya la 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 Ya la 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 Ya la 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 Ya la 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 Ya la 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 Ya la la la. Beginning of second paragraph, 111. V'ha'erinenu b'toratecha v'dahabek v'hinu b'mitzvotecha v'yachei levav Nagila v'nismecha b'shu'atecha v'havi'enu l'shalom me'arba kanfo haaretz v'tolichenu kol memiut le'atzeinu ki el poel yeshuotata uvanu bacharta mikolam belashon v'kerachtanu l'shimcha hagadol selah be'emes lehodov lecha uleyachecha uyachecha b'yahava Baruch ata Adonai habocher b'amo Yisrael be'ahava Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol libatcha ub'chol nafshecha ub'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi b'tzarecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'beitecha u'lechtecha b'derech u'b'shochtecha u'kumecha u'kshartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu l'taftafot bein einecha u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'b'isharecha ושמו קיים בחיסון נכון ומלכותו ואמונתו לעד קיימת. Page 113, the last paragraph. אמת שאתה הוא אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו מלכנו מלך אבותינו אבותינו גואלנו גואל standing at the Red Sea and singing how good it is, who is like you, O God, who is full of praise, who has made us free, and so we celebrate our freedom. And just from last time, a little reminder, when we get to that last paragraph on 114, the third word says, first word, Rock of Israel, arise. That's a little hint that we start standing there too. Okay. In preparation for the Amidah, which begins 2 pages later. The end of the first paragraph, page 114. Last 2 lines. Tehillah ve'el baruch hu u'mevorach, Moshe u'nei Yisrael, lecha anu shira, b'simcha rabah, v'yamru chulam, mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh, nohara tehillah, oh sefer. Shibchu ge'ulim l'shimcha al sfat hayam, yachad kulam hodu v'imlichu ve'amru, Adonai yimloch li'olam va'ed, Sur Yisrael, kuma ve'ezrat Yisrael, uftei hinamecha, Yehuda ve'Yisrael. Baruch day is Tov, which means and since there's a prayer that we just said that has the word Tov in it a couple times, and since I know some of us like to learn a new melody every once in a while, I'd like us to go to page 118. First of all, I love the prayer Modi Manach Nilach, and the last three lines are HaTov, the good one, Kilo Chalu Rachamecha, because your compassion has never ceased, doesn't cease. The Hamerachem, and the compassionate one, your Kilo Tamu Chasadecha, because your Chesed never ends. Me Olam Kibinu Lach, forever we turn to you. We hope for you. And it goes like this. Ha-tov, just that. Ha-tov, one more time. Ha-tov, last three lines. Ki lo chalu rachamecha. Ki lo chalu rachamecha. So the whole line. Ha-tov. Ki lo chalu rachamecha. Then it goes. Similar melody. Ve'hamerachem. Ve'hamerachem. Ki lo ta'amu chasadecha. Ki lo ta'amu chasadecha. So let's try those two lines together slowly, because it's a new melody. Ha-tov. Ki lo chalu rachamecha. Ve'hamerachem. Ki lo ta'amu chasadecha. We're ready for the second part. Ki me olam, ki me olam, ki binu lach. Right. Ki me olam, ki me olam, ki binu lach. And almost the same. No, different. Ki me olam, ki me olam, ki binu lach. We'll try the two ki me olams because it's hard to start it. Ki me olam, ki me olam, ki binu lach. Ki me olam, ki me olam, ki binu lach. From the beginning. Ha-tov. Ki lo chalu rachamecha. Ve'hamerachem. Ki lo ta'amu chasadecha. Ki me olam, ki me olam, ki binu lach. Ki me olam, ki me olam, ki binu lach. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. La 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Tov, no. Let's continue on page 138. Ikarav ikarav shemei rabah Yalmadi rochim teveh lichmachim teveh chaychon v'yemechon Chayecho ben Yisrael Ba'galat zman kari ve'imru Amen Yehei shmei rabah levarah
Did v'tiftach libi b'orata v'tashlim nishalim delibi v'libadecha Yisrael v'tamu chayim v'lishma Amen.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonenu Kadosh Shemo.
Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonenu Kadosh Shemo.
Gadlul Adonai iti Veroma Shemo Yachdav.
Let's be seated. And we continue with the Torah reading on page 1037 from the Torah portion Akev. I think our word for the day, which is Tov, might appear. So we might want to keep an eye out for it just in case it shows up. And this is Moses continuing his instructions to the people and preparing them to go to the next step that he himself is not going to be able to accompany them on. Amen. Hakol havu gadel hinu nukavod la Torah.
Talmud Kohen Hanabat David v'Chayim Sarah.
Baruch Shanatan Torah Le'amo Yisrael B'Kedushato. And remember the line on the last page of 141, which we learned a couple times ago. V'atem hadbekim b'Adonai Elohechem Chayim kulchem hayom. I should have announced the page before.
For who has Adonai HaBarak?
Baruch Adonai HaBarak Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaBarak Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher b'karabanu mikol hamim v'nasan lanu es torso. Baruch Atah Adonai nosein haTorah.
Amen. V'haya ekev tishme'un et hamishpatim ha'ele ushmartem v'asitem otam v'shamar Adonai Elohecha lecha et habrit v'et hachesed asher nishba la'avotecha v'ahevcha u'verachecha v'hirvecha Tuvarech Privinecha Ufri Armatecha Tegahancha Betiroshcha Yitzarecha Shegar Alafecha Vashterot Sonecha Al Ha'adama Asher Nishpa Lavotecha Lateilach Baruch Tiyeh Mikol Ha'amim Lo Yevdecha Akar Bakara Uvi Hemtecha V'Heisir Adonai Mimcha Kol Choli V'Chol Madei Mitzrayim Harayim Asher Yadata Lo Yesimam Bach Unetanam B'Chol Sonecha B'Chol Sonecha.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher nasan lanu Torah emes b'chayei olam nata b'Eloheinu. Baruch atah Adonai nosein haTorah.
Amen.
Yamod Levi Shalom Bat Yitzchak V'Zakiah. Page 1038, verse 16.
Baruch Adonai HaMorah.
Baruch Adonai HaMorah Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMorah Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher baka banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
V'kol et kelamim asher Adonai Elohecha noten lakwa hakos hamidod hem v'lo tespatod em la'hem ki mokeshtak la'k ki tishmod v'yokmokaka ramim havayim ha'elef Memeni et konocha v'harim lo tarat mikesh zor kasor et asher aser Adonai Elohecha nefaro eka Mitzrayim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'Eloheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten HaTorah.
Amen. Yashikar. Steve is leading us into Yemenite style services. If you've ever been to a Yemenite show, the way they do it is everyone who has an aliyah not only says the blessings, but they then read the Torah, that portion. And at least it used to be that the Yemenite Jewish community was so knowledgeable of the Torah that just like that, they didn't know when they were going to be called up. They could call up and they could.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really. I remember the first time I went to a Yemenite show, I was blown away. So Steve has done it Yemenite style for us today. He's done the bracha.
He didn't know he was doing this.
Well, but it's something to think about. What? Maybe we should do Yemenite Shabbat. No,
So who are you going to call next year?
The power of
Well, one aliyah today. We'll start with one.
Tamod Shlishi Rachel Abraham Basara.
Now we're on verse 19.
You don't have to read the Torah.
She might surprise you.
She might. You can if you want to. ברכו את אדוני המבורך.
ברוך אדוני מבורך לעולם ועד.
ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר בחרנו מכל העמים, ונתן לנו את תורתו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
אמן. המסעות הגדולות אשר ראו עיניך, והאותות והמופתים והיד החזקה והזרוע הנטויה, אשר הוציאך אדוני אלוהיך, כן יעשה אדוני אלוהיך לכל העמים, אשר אתה ירא מפניהם, וגם את הצירה ישלח אדוני אלוהיך בם, עד אבות הנשארים והנסתרים מפניך לא תרוץ מפניהם, כי אדוני אלוהיך בקרבך אל גדול ונורא.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת, וחיי עולם אתה בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
יעמוד רביעי מיכאל בן נוח ורחל.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך.
ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד.
ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר נתן אשר ברוך בנו מכל העמים, ונתן לנו את תורתו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
אמן. ונשא אדוני אלוהיך את הגויים האל מפניך מעט מעט, לא תוכל כלותם מהר, פן תרבה עליך חיות השדה, ונתנם אדוני אלוהיך לפניך, והמה מהומה גדולה עד הישמדם, ונתן מלכיהם בידך, והעבדת את שמם מתחת השמיים, לא יתייצב איש בפניך עד השמיך אותם, כסילי אלוהיהם תשרפו באש, לא תחמוד. כסף וזהב עליהם, ולקחת לך, פן תבקש בו, כי תועבת אדוני אלוהיך הוא. לא תביא תועבה אל ביתך, והיית חרם כמוהו, שקץ תשקצנו ותאב תתאבנו, כי חרם הוא.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת, וחיי עולם נתן בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen. Yes, God.
Paul, would you accept them yet?
Starting on chapter 8 now.
יעמוד חמישי. שאול בן אברהם.
אומרים ונותן לנו את תורתו, ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Starting chapter 8.
כל המצווה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום תשמרו לעשות למען תחיו ורביתם ובאתם וירשתם את הארץ אשר נשבע אדוני לאבותיכם וזכרת את כל הדרך אשר הוליכך אדוני אלוהיך זה 40 שנה במדבר למען אותך לנסותך לדעת את אשר בלבבך התשמור מצוותיו אם לא ויענך ויריבך ויאכילך את המן אשר לא ידעת ולא ידעון אבותיך למען הודיעך כי לא על הלחם לבדו יחיה האדם כי על כל מוצא פי אדוני יחיה האדם.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר נתן לנו תורה אמס וחיי עולם נוטה בסוכנו ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה. אמן.
Excuse me, the newlyweds. Would you guys be, would you like to, would you feel like you're ready to do an Aliyah?
Yeah.
That was where the shishi guy.
Sure.
Yom Dim Shishi, and I need your names. Yitzchak,
Avraham.
Yehudit Ba'Avraham, Yitzchak, Ben Avraham. Okay. Yitzchak Ben Avraham, Yehudit Bat Avraham. And they are newlyweds.
You can see TV. Okay, good.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim ונתן לנו את תורתו. Baruch atah Adonai נותן התורה.
Amen. Are they ready? Sivlacha lo balcha me'alecha veraglecha lo betzeka ze 40 shana וידעת עם לבבך כי כאשר יסר איש את בנו אדוני אלוהיך מייסרך ושמרת את מצוות אדוני אלוהיך ללכת בדרכיו ולראות אותו.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher natan lanu Torat emet, V'chaye olam nata betochenu, Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Now, last week we sang because they were married. But this week we can sing again because this is your first Aliyah here, at least, as a married couple, right? Right? And since our word for the day is Tov, and since we have Simon Tov, the Mazel Tov in the song, Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simon Tov, Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simon Tov, Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simon Tov, prayer for healing. Mishabelach Avotenu Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah Hu Yivarech v'Yirapeh et
Robert Carlin, Goldie Loves Glass, Deb Austin,
Jerry Cohen, John Moran, Arlene Moore.
Charlie.
Ozzy Rhoda Moran,
Chesney Ayala, Mary Mendez.
בכל החולים בקהילה הקדושה הזאת, הקדוש ברוך הוא ימלא רחמים עליהם להחזיקם ולרפאותם. ישלח להם מהרה רפואה שלמה מן השמיים, רפואת הנפש ורפואת הגוף. בתוך שאר כל ישראל שבתים מלזעוק, ורפואה קרבה לבוא, השתה בגלה בזמן קריב ונאמר Amen. May the one who blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bring blessing and healing to all those who are ill within our congregational family. May they be blessed with a full and complete healing, a healing of spirit and a healing of body, together with all those who are ill among the Jewish people and among the world. May those who will not be healed on this earth be blessed with nights free from suffering and days filled with peace. May God grant strength and comfort to those who care for the sick. May God help us to find hope and courage as we face fear and loss. May all of those who are ill be surrounded by the love of their friends, their loving companions, their families, and their community. And let us say, Amen.
Yamod Shvi'i Devel Ben Beryl V'Item. Bill? Bill? Bill?
Bill.
Bill? Do you want Aaliyah?
Sure.
Alright, I'll stagger, but you don't mind. Let me just take this. Here's the way we'll work this. Go this way. Then we come over to here. See, at this point, I will take this, bend this, take my hands, and go up to the promised land.
It's so perfect that you say the promised land, Bill, because we're talking about the promised land right in this Torah section. So you couldn't be more right on.
Here I come. Here we are. Oh yes, I'm familiar with all this. Let's see now. Okay.
Right there. You got it.
Who was Adonai Habarach?
Baruch Adonai Habarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Habarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bo habonu mikol ha'amim. V'vasavanu estor so Baruch Atah Adonai Hosein HaTorah.
Amen. Ki Adonai Elohecha mevi'acha el eretz tova, eretz nachalei mayim, ayanot utahomot, yotzim babika ubahar, eretz chita useora v'gefen ute'ena v'rimon, eretz zeit shemen udavash, eretz asher lo v'miskenut tochal ba'lechem Lo texar kol ba, eretz asher avaneha barzel umeharareha tachtov nechoshet, ve'achalta v'sabata uve'rachta et Adonai Elohecha al ha'aretz hatova asher natan lo.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher nasa lanu toras emes v'chayei olam matavos ochenu Baruch Atah Adonai Hosein HaTorah.
Amen.
We'll sing it where we do this right here. Yishkadal v'yishkadash Shemer Rabo.
Amen.
Yomod Baruch Erusei Yamlich Machusei v'chayei chon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol beis Yisrael V'agolor Yizman Kori Ve'emru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabo HaBarach Ve'olam Ha'olam. Yisbarach, Yiskabach, Yisparah, Yisroman, Yisnasei, Yisnadar, Yisaleh, Yisalal, Shemei Kudsho, Barichu, Le'olam in Kol, V'yechaso, V'shiraso, Tushbachoso, V'nechamoso, Daviron, Ve'amor, Ve'emru Amen.
Amen. Yashikor.
Okay. I'll move it. Okay. I'm this way. It shall be over. Here we come. Yashikor. 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 And Mazel Tov. Okay, great.
We're going back to going back to verse 7.
Yes.
Yamod, Maftir, and Psalm. Shaul, Ephraim, Ben Shimon, Esther. Shaul, Ephraim,
Ben Shimon.
And as we look at this last Aliyah, the second chance, take a look at it for several important things. One, our word for the day, but more important, there's a phrase in here that we're going to be singing later on, and see if you can find it. Okay? Ki Adonai Elohecha mevi'acha el eretz tova, eretz nachalei mayim, ayanot utehomot, yotzim babika ubahar. Eretz hitasora v'gefen uteina v'rimon, eretz zeit shemen udavash. Those are the several things that grow in the land of Israel, 7 species. Eretz asher lo b'miskenu tochal ba lechem, lo texar kol ba. Eretz asher avaneha barzel umeharareha tachtov nechoshet. Ve'achalta v'savata uve'rachta et Adonai Elohecha al ha'aretz hatova asher natan la. That sentence I hope sounded familiar to us. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'tocheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen.
Yamod, Chalva, Ruvain.
They're not doing Maftir.
Been there, done that.
That was Maftir. We did Maftir.
It went by so fast.
It was
It's a blur.
a little, well,
When I hit you, you calling me.
yes.
Ruvain Leib Ben Mordechai.
Ruvain Leib Ben Mordechai. My father.
I'll get out of here.
That's not wrong.
Sure, we'll do. Oh, you're only down here. That's the one line. Wait.
I know you got a system.
Independence,
Yeah,
the
so
4th of July, and Bill Roberts. Two together. Watch me.
Yeah, we're watching.
I'm inventing new ways every day.
Okay, that's it.
Thank you, sir.
Tamod Lila Nitza Ben Menachem Bavadia.
Let's.
No. Tamod. Andrea.
In the Bahai.
Let's stand as the tone is lifted and tied. Bezot
Torah
Asher Samoshe Livnei Bnei Yisrael Avi Adonai V'yam Moshe Torah Hallelujah Okay, let's be seated. As we continue with Ashrei on page 151, the first 4.5 verses together and then to ourselves. Ashrei Yoshvei Beitecha, Odi Hallelujah Selah. Ashrei Ha'am Shekachalo, Ashrei Ha'am Shadonai Eloha, Tehillah LeDavid, Aramimcha Elohai HaMelech, Va'barcha Shimcha Le'olam Va'ed, V'echol Yom Avarchecha, Va'olach Shimcha Le'olam Va'ed. Tehillat Adonai daber pihi, Yivarech kol basar, Shem kodsho le'olam va'ed. Ve'anachnu nevarech Yah, ve'ata yad olam, Hallelujah. Page 153, let's stand as we open the ark again, preparing to turn the corner. Hallelujah et Shem Adonai, ki nizkach kol adon, odo ha'eretz v'shamayim, v'yarem kerem le'amo, tehillah lechol chasidah, l'himnei Yisrael am kiromo. Hallelujah, hallelujah. V'hizmor leDavid, havu l'Adonai v'neirim, havu l'Adonai kavod va'od, havu l'Adonai kavod shemo, v'shachavu l'Adonai v'hadrat kodesh. Kol Adonai l'mayim, el kavod hirim, Adonai al-mayim rabim. Kol Adonai v'avoah, Kol Adonai ve'adam, Kol Adonai shorei Page 154, the last three lines. Eitz Chaim hi l'machzik ba v'tomchecha me'ushar tirachecha Let's be seated. So let's take a look at the Torah portion. Let's go to the second part of it, page 1039. 1039. First of all, it's just a very sweet Torah portion, this part of it. So let's just read it, and then we'll make some comments on it. Someone want to start us off at the beginning of chapter 8, the big 8? Please.
You shall faithfully observe all the instruction that I enjoined upon you today, that you may thrive and increase and be able to possess the land that the Lord promised on an oath to your fathers. Remember the long way that the Lord your God has made you travel in the wilderness these past 40 years, that he might test you by hardships to learn what was in your hearts, whether you would keep his commandments or not.
Sure.
He subjected you to the hardship of hunger, and then gave you manna to eat, which neither you nor your fathers had ever known, in order to teach you that man does not live on bread alone, but that man may live on anything that the Lord commands. The plagues of famine did not wear out when you spread these 40 years. Bear in mind that the Lord your God disciplines you, just like a man disciplines his son. Therefore, keep the commandments of the Lord your God, walk in his ways, and revere him.
Okay, so even the sense of, there is some of this of discipline and some hardship, even the hardship was meant to be for our good, not to be a punishing hardship. Okay, someone want to take it up from there, verse 7? Yep.
For the Lord your God is bringing you into a good land, a land with streams and springs and fountains, issuing from plain and hill, a land of wheat and barley, of vines, figs, and pomegranates, a land of olive trees and honey, a land where you may eat food without stint, where you lack nothing, a land whose rocks are iron, and from whose hills you can mine copper. When you have eaten your fill, give thanks to the Lord your God for the good land which God has given you.
Okay.
No oil.
What?
No oil.
No oil. No oil. Well, we didn't have it, but it has sun. It has sun. Even better than oil.
Olive oil.
And olive oil. So first of all, there are 7 species that grow in the land, and here they are listed for us. Verse 8, wheat and barley, vines, figs, pomegranates, olive trees, and honey. That's our 7 species. But what about that last sentence? Does that sound, verse 10? Anyone recognize that from anywhere?
Must be a prayer that they say after.
We are doing Birkat Hamazon.
Yes, that's correct. It's from the grace after meals, the Birkat Hamazon. I don't remember the melody word, but you should eat and be satisfied and bless the Lord your God for the good land, Tovah, that word for the day, in feminine, Asher Natamach, that God has given us. So this is right out of the Torah. If we stay for lunch and we do Birkat Hamazon, this sentence will be right in the grace after meals. And it's interesting, I know I mentioned this before, but it's one thing to bless God for the food before we eat it. But we also have a blessing afterwards of appreciation and gratitude. Even though we're satisfied, we still want to give thanks. So it's not out of need, but it's out of fullness that we're blessing. So I love that. You shall eat and be satisfied, and then bless. Okay? Now, that's point one from this thing, that's enough. But I want to go back a page to 1039. And we know the word mitzvot. Does anyone know what the word mitzvot means?
Good deeds.
Good deeds, or really, literally? Commandments. Mitzvot. Okay? So we know the word mitzvot means commandments, and the singular of commandments is, mitzvot is mitzvah. Okay. So if you look at the beginning of chapter 8, it says, Kol ha-mitzvah, singular, not kol ha-mitzvot. Kol ha-mitzvah, all the commandment that I am commanding you this day, you should be sure to do. Okay, so needless to say, whenever there's something that seems a little bit different, we pounce on it and try to get more meaning from it than maybe was ever intended. This may mean...
As opposed to a typo.
Right. So this may mean all the commandment really means the whole body of commandments, because in here they say you shall faithfully serve all the instruction. The English tries to capture that it's singular. But we are being given more than one instruction and more than one commandment. So, you ask breathlessly, why doesn't it say all the commandments? Why did it say the commandment? Alright? Good question you asked.
We were all thinking of it.
I know you're all thinking of it when we get to this place, of course. So, it appears that this isn't just a typo, because in the Mishnah, if we just looked at the section we all read, it talks about fulfilling the commandment and coming to a good land, and things will be good for us. In the Mishnah, which was codified in the year 200, it says the following: those who perform a single commandment, it is good for them, their days are lengthened, and they inherit the land. But those who do not perform any single commandment, it is not good for them, their days are not lengthened, and they do not inherit the land. So, what may seem like a typo here seems to be echoed in the Mishnah, which was codified in the year 200. So, we ask ourselves breathlessly, the next question, which I'm sure is on all our minds: which commandment? It doesn't say what commandment, right? It says one commandment, but it doesn't say which one. Okay. So, now we're going to segue, keeping this in mind, as to the high holidays approaching. And there, the sign for the month September around this time is Libra. Libra, which is the scales, right? And Jewish tradition kind of refers to this and says, we imagine ourselves like we've got our good deeds here and our not so good deeds here. We're being weighed on the scales, and just we want to make sure we can do one more good deed to make sure we balance the scale. So we can be thinking as the high holiday comes, what one more good deed can we do? And the Torah is kind of hinting to us, the Shabbat, that we can choose. It doesn't say which one. We can choose what good deed we want to do to make sure that the scales tip in our favor and in the world's favor. It's not just we that stand on the brink of the new year, it's the whole world. So one good deed, we're told, one mitzvah, one commandment to fulfill can make all the difference. So I wanted to bring this one because it's connected with high holidays, 2 because the text really does leave opening for this, and 3 because it doesn't specify which mitzvah we should do. So as we're approaching the high holidays, I'd like to offer a suggestion to all of us. Knowing that the balance is close, knowing if we want to go into the new land and live and have our years lengthened, we need to do that one good new mitzvah. What mitzvah might you think about doing? Think about, is there some new mitzvah that maybe we want to take on? Or maybe one that we've taken on already, but we could do it a little better, or a little more often, or a little more frequently, or with more intention. And maybe take that thought and that intention with us as we approach the new land of the new year. And remember that it says mitzvah. So, as you're thinking, anyone think about a mitzvah that either I didn't give you time to prepare, so you may not have thought about this, but does any mitzvah come to your mind of something that you would like to maybe think about, being that one mitzvah which is not specified here that we all can choose? Yes, Rich.
Well, for the past 2 months I haven't been able to go in to see my mother where I live. It's a long trip, part of it. And I decided maybe I should. So I just didn't think about it too much. On Monday, I guess, I drove in to meet her. And I got there about noon. And she's always really glad to see me. But then, she's with her friends eating lunch, and she always likes to show me off in front of her friends, and she doesn't remember that we've all been introduced before, but some of them remember me. So she had lunch, and that was nice, and then we went back to her room, and we talked a bit, which she always likes to take me in her room and talk privately. But she was having a hard time, and I solved a couple of problems with the nurses about some things that she's refusing to do, but it went well. Everything went well. And then I said, well, we don't have to stay in here and just be by ourselves if you want to go down and socialize, because that's what's the best thing for her. And she likes to, because it's less stress, because nobody remembers anything, so it's just kind of fun and hang out and talk. It's not as much work as it is talking to me. And I realized, hey, even though I need a long drive, just let her do what she really wants to do. And get home early. So you can stop along at one of those god-awful plazas and drink a Coca-Cola or something, And, which is what I did. I let her say, well, we need to socialize. And I talked to her, and she said, is it okay? I said, of course, So she went back to sit with all the people she knows and lives with every day. And I went home. And it wasn't as tiring for me. And I'm sure it wasn't as stressful for her. And I thought, do this every month. It's a much easier way to do it. And, and now I feel like, I can do that. And so I just committed myself to doing that. I made sure that often.
Yashikar, thank you for sharing that. And actually, it's really like 2 mitzvot. It's Bikur Cholim, visiting and honoring mother and father, honoring the parents. So you guys,
2 weeks school.
double good to you. Thank you for sharing. That's a real
Can you just summarize it just a second? I think I missed.
Rachel was saying basically that she went to visit her mom and to put her mother's agenda first. What her mother's needs were first, she took care of. And that's felt good and right to do, in short. Anyone else have a thought? Yeah.
Kind of in reverse from what Rachel's saying. I don't make as much contact with my kids and my grandkids as I would like. And I know they need to hear from me. Well, I mean, we always say the old-fashioned thing is, well, they should be calling me, and all that. But in reality, I just need to make more phone calls. Forget the texting, forget the email. Just make a phone call on a regular basis, and because I can hear it in their voices when we speak that they would like to hear from me. They hear from their mother. They want to hear from me too. And so that's something I'm working on. I'm going to be working on. Yeah.
That's the way to the situation. As the increasing years of a person's life makes him keen to help others through his experiences that he's had. The difficulty that arises in that is to impress others of different generations that some of his advice should be listened to based on his experiences. Too often is the individual my age level listened to only superficially, but it is never picked up, hardly ever picked up by younger generations who have to go through the field of themselves and make their own mistakes. I have no compatriot, unfortunately, who can I talk to and sympathize with, so I must wade through life by myself, knowing that I'm now, even with all the good flaws, closer to God than ever before, and I feel much more spiritual when my age is one factor.
So the mitzvah seems like a double mitzvah, Bill. One, sharing the wisdom of the elders, and two, having the patience for the youngers. It's a double mitzvah you're doing. Good for you. Good for you.
In our family, it's a big family in the Midwest, actually, and every year Joan and I would go out with the kids and share Thanksgiving, and at the end of our meal we go to there was a homeless shelter there, it was actually a food shelter, and the whole family would go and serve the meal, which was very uplifting. And it was every year, I think, until my grandson was born and stopped going there. But then the synagogue, with the Tikkun Olam committee, picked as the first project doing the same thing right here in Hoyle, which is a nice opportunity to revisit that good feeling. So there's room for 3 more people tomorrow at 11:30 in the parking lot to go over a few blocks to Cabot and Little Kate's Kitchen and participate. So it's just one more opportunity to pick your mitzvah.
Everyone is picking double mitzvahs today. Because your mitzvah is both to take care of those in need, but also it's a mitzvah, one who helps someone else to do a mitzvah is also doing a mitzvah. So you're doing both. Another two for today.
It's just because you said singular, we're just fighting.
Yeah. Anyone else have any thoughts they're thinking about?
I have a question.
Please.
Is Havdalah a mitzvah?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. I mean, that's one thing I'm thinking about. Like in the work that we do get the opportunity to do a lot of Tikkun Olam type of mitzvot. But I've been thinking about are there ritual mitzvot that can be really sustaining and inspirational to add
not like lighting Shabbat candles, which have to be like a more specific time. Havdalah you could do at 11 o'clock at night or whenever you have the opportunity and Shabbat is over.
Nice.
So it's very nice.
Yeah, flexibility there.
Anyone else have one that they haven't shared yet? I've got one. I try to do what I want to do. The larger mitzvah is to keep Shabbat. The sub-mitzvah is not to go on email on Shabbat. To me, I love talking with people, I love being with people, but email means, even though there's also some nice things in there, emails also work. So I've tried not to go on email. Actually, I've tried not to even turn on the computer on Shabbat. I don't fully follow that because if I'm thinking of biking to Shul, I check the weather on. I admit it, because to come here sopping wet is not Shabbat. So for the sake of greater Shabbat, I do check the weather. But other than that, I try to stay away from the computer because I want to just be in the present. I want to be connected. Now it's tested sometime. This is Perlmutter's confessions this morning. I went on today to check the weather. And my eyes sort of slipped by email, and I saw someone wrote me something about. I just saw the headline, which had to deal with supporting mourners. And I said, I'm not going to that Shabbat. But wait a minute. Supporting mourners is also a mitzvah. And I went back and forth. And I opened. And I'm glad I did. But anyways, I'm going to still try to do my mitzvah. A larger mitzvah keeping Shabbat, and the sub way of doing it is to try to leave all those pressing daily things for another day. Okay, anyone else who is anything you're thinking about? So we don't have to have an answer. These are some examples that we share from our lives with each other, which also that kind of sharing is a nice thing. And maybe just to start us thinking about one more new mitzvah we might want to take on in the new year, because we're going to be spending a lot of time talking about the sin I did, and which we need to do too, but let's also think about one more good positive thing we can bring to the world as we think about the new year. Shabbat Shalom. And that's why it says Kol HaMitzvah singular.
Of course, what we just saw was collectively there in this vote.
That's right. Yes, we did. Okay, page 182. Ein Keloheinu, Ein Kadoneinu, Ein Kemalkeinu, Ein Kemoshienu, Micheloheinu, Michadoneinu, Michemalkeinu, Michemoshienu, Nodel Eloheinu, Nodel Adoneinu, Nodel Eloheinu, Nodel Moshienu, Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adoneinu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu, Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adoneinu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu, Atahu Shetiru, Avoshenu, Lefanecha et Ketoret Masam. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon havo, Latesh Gedula v'yotzei Breshit, Shelo Hasranu Kivayeh HaRashot, V'no Hasranu K'mishkachot Sha'adavah, Shelo Sha'adavinu Bahem, V'gol Aleinu K'chol Hamonam, V'anachnu Korim, U'mishtacharim, U'modim, Lifnei Melech, Malchei HaMlachim, HaKadosh HaRuach, Shehu Noteh Shamayim V'yosef Haaretz, U'mashav Yikaro Hashamayim Minal, U'shmiyat Shuzo, V'yikapei Meromim, Samuel Browdy, Lena Sewer Cooper, Harry Gaberman, Samuel Halpern, Sadie Gonzu Nathanson, Abraham Saul, Minna Sills, Molly Smirnoff, Maurice Zanger, Reverend Samuel Falk, Elsie Gellert, Jenny Housen, Martin Jaffe, Ethel Lesnow, Maxwell Marshall, Yoma Sorkin, Rebecca Finkelstein, Bertha Greenman, Louis Halpern, Abner Wolkowski, Samuel Epstein, Amy Beth Levin, Toby Burstein, Tilly Burstein, Anna Jacobson.
Louis Cottage. One more from Berkeley Shaw. Louis Stein.
Okay.
Ernest Mayer.
Mourners Cottage, page 184.
Yeskadal, Shmeri Rafa, Le'amad, Dirach Yerusei, Yamlich Machusei, V'chaye Chor, Yomechon, Uchaye Dechol Beis Yisrael, V'agalav Yisman Karim V'yimru, Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabba Nevorach, Le'olam Ha'olei Amaya, Yisbarach, Yishabach, Yisbarach, Yisramam, Yisnasei, Yisnadar, Yisnalev, Yishalal, Shemei Kushav Rechu, Le'olam Nikol, Birchasa, V'shirasa, Tushbechasa, V'nechemasa, Damiran, V'alma, V'hibru, Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba Min Shemael, V'chaim Aleinu V'yakol Yisrael, V'himru, Amen. Oseh Shalom V'imramav, Hu Yaseh Shalom, Aleinu V'yakol Yisrael, V'himru, Amen.
Be seated. Thank you for mentioning who you may be remembering, and I just want to say, maybe in future times when we say Mourners Cottage, if someone chooses to, with no pressure, wants to say who they're saying Kaddish for before we start, that would be something nice. It will help everyone know who you're remembering, but no pressure either way. But I just want to invite people in the future, when we come to Mourners Kaddish, if you want to do that before we start it, feel free. Gentlemen.
Shabbat Shalom. It's wonderful to see everyone here today. Steve has shortened my announcements a little bit, but I just wanted to remind people that our Tikkun Olam at Kate's Kitchen will happen on the second Sunday of every month. So if you can't come tomorrow, think about September 10 or going on from there. We're really looking forward to everything that will mean and bring to us. In terms of things that are happening at the synagogue on Shabbat, August 26th, come for a birthday party. We have Daniel Mark's 9th birthday will be celebrated at Kiddush on the 26th, and he would love to have everyone join him in his birthday celebration.
Excuse me?
Who is this? I'm sorry. I missed.
Daniel Marks. Laura's son, Laura and Jordan's son.
Thank you.
And Astor's brother. And Rebecca. Okay, the next thing is really sweet. I hope you have noticed around the synagogue, posted only yesterday, are the candy sign-ups, are ways to order candy for Rosh Hashanah. A couple of things to think about. The date of September 5th is an important date. That is the last day that orders will be accepted. All around the building are signed registration papers. Take one of those papers and you can mail it to Elaine. If you don't want to pay through the internet, you can send her a check. It's a half a pound of candy for $18, and $9 of those dollars will go to Sons of Zion. So we would very much like everyone to get at least a half a pound and maybe more, and take some registration papers with you and give them to friends. Anyone can order this candy. You don't have to be a member. But it is kosher and it is being made in our kitchen. If you don't want to have it sent to you and pay the postage cost, you can pick it up in the building on the 13th or the 14th of September. And it will have just been made a couple of days before that in our kitchen. So this is a great and very easy thing to participate in, and hopefully it will bring us a very nice return. Steve?
Each year, we usually have a high holiday greeting card. Is there any word for this year?
Yeah, of course. That notice will be going out soon.
Is there printed publicity and all this?
Yeah,
I never get to read most of this stuff.
It's in this year's Newsweek. It's in the newsletter that you just got, and it's also in the around the building.
The August newsletter I just got.
Yeah, there's a flyer in there for it. Speaking of mitzvot today, I believe that one of the really cool mitzvot is reading Torah. That's a mitzvah, right? Okay.
It's helping the community.
Yes. So you can fulfill your mitzvah many times over by joining our group that is now being assembled to read 3 lines of Torah on Monday morning to fulfill our Monday minyan. We don't have a Torah reader on Monday, and we are making a real attempt to try to do this with members. Next week, I will be calling a meeting of people who have expressed interest in this. If you are interested, please let me know. It's not really hard to do, they're telling me. Saul, the rabbi, will help us. There are also some things on the internet that help you understand what it sounds like. It's only 3 lines. But with only 3 lines means that every Monday morning we need 3 people who are able to read, to fill in the 3 aliyot that we have. I hope I'm not confusing people. But if you are interested in reading Torah with us on Monday morning, please speak to me and hopefully be part of that meeting where we establish the first day that we will do this. And hopefully we'll be able to do it many more days after that.
So Paul Fredette is no longer with us, is that the start?
Paul is here, but Paul does not read Torah.
I see, okay. Just wondered what the...
This is just for Torah reading.
Torah reading.
We're also, although we have several possibilities, we are still looking at people to play a cello, a violin, or a viola to open the Kol Nidre service. So if you know somebody, or you have a contact that somebody who might know somebody, please again let me know or Rich know, and we will we'll get in contact with them, and we can do this downstairs if you have names, and we will I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to find somebody who's very good.
What's the date of the Kol Nidre? What is the date?
It's September 29th. It's a Friday evening, which means it's Shabbat. It's September 29th.
And the last but not least, the board and the religious committee have both recommended that we accept the JCC's invitation to be part of their Sukkah Fest this year. And that will be over Columbus Day weekend, Sunday and Monday of Columbus Day weekend at the JCC. Lots of synagogues and other groups are joining together to celebrate Sukkah in a very big way. Music, food, lots of children's activities, lots of adult activities. Excuse me?
Just to be announced in print.
In print. So the reason that I'm announcing it is that one of the things that they're asking congregations to bring is a sukkah, a portable sukkah, which we don't have. Our sukkah is not portable, unless you've got several circus-sized bands to follow you. So if anybody has a portable sukkah and knows they're not going to be using it this year, or if anyone knows of someone that we could ask, we're looking for a portable sukkah. And my very last part of announcements before we go downstairs is to welcome. We have been told in the last day that we have a new member of our congregation, and that is Mayor Alex Morse. And so I just want to make an official announcement that he is a new member, and we thank Steve for his efforts in convincing him this is the place to be. I don't know, many of you who have not been around very long may not realize he is the second sitting mayor that will be a member of Congregation Son of Zion. Mayor Resnick, years ago, was one of our founding members. So we now have two mayors on board. So Shabbat Shalom, and
Can I just add a note to what you just said?
Sure.
Some years ago, there was a young man who was disabled. I think his name was Morty, or somebody who used to be brought in for Nietzsche's affairs. And the custodian who brought them in told me she had a son who was very precocious, who was graduating Brown University and was intending to run for mayor of Holyoke.
And that was Alex Morse?
She told me then, at that time, she had Jewishness in her background.
Yeah.
So therefore her son has some Jewishness in him.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, he is
and
Jewish.
This is what came to pass. After she told me this, and she stopped bringing Morty to custodian, I came to find out about Morse and his follow-up, as it turned out.
Well,
So
thank you.
we got to know all about it. That he had Jewishness in his blood. He was Jewish to some extent. How much I don't know.
He's enough to be a member.
Great story. And wonderful. Okay, let's conclude with Adon Olam, page 187. Adon Olam, Asher Asher Bala, B'terem Kol, Yitzir Nivra, Ve'ena Asa, B'chetzo Kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nivra, Azai Melech Shemo Nivra, V'yacharei Kitlo Hakol, V'ado Yimlo Korah, Ve'hu Haya, Ve'hu Hodeh, Ve'hu Yiyeh, V'tifara, Ve'hu Yiyeh, V'tifara, Ve'hu Echad, Ve'en V'en Sheni, V'ham Shilo, V'ham Mira, Ve'li Reshit, Ve'li Tachlit, Ve'lo Ha'oz, Ve'ham Yisra, Ve'lo Ha'oz, Ve'ham Yisra, Ve'hu Eli, Ve'hai Go'ali, Ve'zor Chedli, Ve'etzara, Ve'hu Nisi, U'manosli, Ve'nachosli, Ve'yom Ekra, Ve'nachosli, Ve'yom Ekra, Ve'yado, Avi Avi Roti, Ve'etishan, Ve'avi Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
No one talks Shabbat shalom. And Morris is Shabbat shalom. And the whole thing is Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shabbat shalom. Shabbat shabbat. Shabbat shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Oh, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shabbat shalom.
Sure,